going over some of the contracts, the new cap space, and how much we saved with Teron Armstead. Plus, you could see the title. Did the Kendall Fuller signing affect Cam Smith playtime? We'll jump into all that. What is up, Finn fans? So yes, I have 4 contract updates from Jordan Brooks, Anthony Walker, Jonnu Smith, and Neville Gallimore. And then we're going to talk about some other things. So without, beating around the bush too much, let's jump into this and real quick look at the contract breakdowns of some of these guys. So Jordan Brooks, he signed a 3-year, 26.3 rounded up $1 million contract. Total guarantee is $16 million. They said averaging 8.75. His cap hit this year is $3.9 million. And then after that, they can move on from his contract and save about $5.5 million. They could save 8.3 with a post June 1st. So this contract is just super, super good for the Miami Dolphins and really, really does help them out when it comes to, what they're doing contract-wise with these guys. Now, he's young. He's only 26, going to be 27. So being able to, get him for these years, and then, if he sucks and he's not anything good or anything crazy good, then we can move on from him after this year. So another very sound contract. Then we have Anthony Walker Jr., who a lot of you guys are afraid, has been banged up, which rightfully so. He's on nothing. 1.1 million cap hit. 917. It's a 1-year contract. Stay healthy, ball out, show that you're doing great things, and maybe they'll give him a contract extension, but it's nothing. It cost absolutely nothing with this contract. So again, our 2 starting linebackers this year are going to cost about $5 million, whereas you look at Patrick Queen, a lot more. And then you got Jonnu Smith here. He signed a 2-year, $8.4 million contract, 3.96 guaranteed with an average of 4.2. But again, you see the average of 4.2, or you see these contracts, 2 years, 8.4 million, and people, even this one, right? 3 years, 26, average 8.75. Why would we pay him 8.75? We're not. That's why you got to look at the structure of these contracts, because I know some people were freaking out about some of these contracts, and that's why I do these things. So Jonnu Smith, like I said, 2 years, $8.4 million. They say he's averaging 4.2, but he's really not. He's taking a $2 million cap hit this year, and we have the option to move on next year, saving about 2.4 or a post June 1st of $4 million. And then finally, the other one we have is Neville Gallimore. He signed a 1-year, $1.79 million contract. So between the 4 guys that I got on here right now, I'm going to round up. So this is a $4 million cap hit. This is 1.2. So that's 5.2. This is $2 million, 6.2. And we'll do another $2 million. So $8 million contract between the 4 of them. It's pretty good to me. That's pretty good to me. So now we are going to look at what Teron Armstead's contract is. Now, this is from Barry Jackson at 11 a.m. today. He said the details on Teron Armstead's restructure are in, and the Dolphins ended up saving $10 million in cap space this season, with his cap number shrinking from 20.8 to 10.2 per over the cap. Armstead agreed to a $4.25 million pay cut for 2024. He restructured his agreement, including $7.3 million signing bonus and $10 million in guaranteed. His $13.3 million and $12.3 million salaries in 2025 aren't guaranteed. So Teron Armstead came out here and just really hooked the Miami Dolphins up and helped them out, because maybe since he was kind of contemplating retiring, he was like, look, I'll do a restructure of my contract. I will change some things here and there. And we'll work on all that stuff. But a really, really good contract there. And you can see here, drop down, it was 20 something million. Now it's only a 10 million. And then we have the out, and we move on from him next year, and we save $22 million. Crazy good. crazy, crazy good. So the Dolphins are probably going to have more money. They could take that $22 million and put it towards Waddle, Phillips, Javon Holland, all these guys' contracts. Because I'm going to talk about how I would structure their contracts in another video. But the fact that we could save so much money moving on, and look at the dead cap. Teron Armstead helped the Miami Dolphins out big time. Absolute big time. Big props to Teron Armstead. Hold on, I want to share with you one more thing. So yeah, his cap hit is now 10.5. So the Miami Dolphins right now are sitting at $4.5 million in cap space. But you see here, Tyreek Hill, a $31.3 million cap hit, and you got Tua Tagovailoa at a 23. That 23 is going to change when they give him a contract extension. It's not if, but when they're going to give him a contract extension. We'll probably knock it down to like $8 million and save like what, 15 million. All of a sudden we're sitting at 19 million. Even if we don't touch, and I wouldn't touch Bradley Chubb's, because with Bradley Chubb, they have an out after 2025 and they could save a ton of money, because here's your dead cap. And here's what, they could save a ton of money if they move on from him in 2025 and they don't touch his contract. But again, you have Tyreek Hill here, 31 million. Might touch that, might be able to save more. And then we have the 18.5 coming in June 2nd when it comes to Xavier Howard. So the Dolphins are fine when it comes to money. Don't worry about it. I know we were all kind of freaking out, like, we have no money. What are we going to do? We have no money. So that's kind of an update on the contracts I want to talk to you guys about. Again, when more of the updates come, because I don't have them on, I'll tell you all the other signings that I don't have them on. I don't have Jordan Poyer's full breakdown, but I know it's 1 year, $2 million. I don't have Shaquille Barrett's breakdown, 1 year, $9 million. I don't have Siren Neal's breakdown, which is like probably barely anything. So once we get those, I'll throw them in a video and we'll talk about that. Comp picks. Let me see how the comp picks, where we're sitting at with comp picks, because I know we're keeping an eye on that. So I'm pretty sure I talked about this in the last video, but we have 3 now, 2/3 and a 7th for Deshaun Elliott, and then I think Jordan Cedric Wilson Jr. signed with the Saints. So it's a possibility we might get a late one for him as well. Dolphins are playing that comp pick situation. Now to the video at hand. The Miami Dolphins signed Kendall Fuller, and a lot of people think, well, the Dolphins signing Kendall Fuller means that Cam Smith sucks. That means that he is hot garbage, doo-doo butter, can't do anything good. We should move on from him, blah, blah, blah. Fangio was right, this, and that. I don't necessarily think that is true. Now, this is from PFF. They said Fuller was the long bright spot in the Commanders' cornerback room in 2023, and while he is plenty capable as a wide cornerback, perhaps his prior experience in the slot and safety could be attractive to teams that desire the ability to move the savvy veteran around as he and his game ages. And if you remember when you remember Anthony Weaver talking about how he's going to use Jalen Ramsey, he said like a Swiss Army knife. He's going to be all over the place. You're probably going to expect that from Javon Holland, how he used Hamilton, and expect that from Fuller. These guys are probably going to be all over the place. And I looked it up, right? 2017, he had 880 snaps, 631 of them were in slot, and his coverage rate was a 91.2. In 2018, he had 1138, 742 of them, 43 of them were in the slot, 221 were wide, 70.2 cover rate. Needs to do better, but he was in the box 91 of those snaps. 2019, 506 snaps, 313 in the slot. So for his first 3 years, he was a slot corner. Then his last 4 years, he was more of a wide out corner with a majority of his snaps, and in 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023 being wide, but he still took a big chunk, especially in 2021, in the slot with 212 snaps. And he took a big chunk of snaps in the box. So him being signed to the Miami Dolphins isn't necessarily a nail in the coffin for Cam Smith that he sucks, he's not good, and he's not going to be anything, and blah, 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 blah. Not necessarily, because they are probably going to move Fuller around just like they're going to move Jalen Ramsey around, because it's very easy. And again, I'm not picking on Fangio. You guys know how I feel about Fangio and how well he did with nothing available. But it's very easy that, okay, Jalen Ramsey is just on the left side. If I'm the quarterback, I'm just not throwing to my left. You move them around, and then all of a sudden you have to decide, where is Ramsey, where is Fuller, where is him, and it will mess with the quarterback's mind. So I think these corners and these safeties are going to be moved around a lot. So I expect a lot of movement, and I don't expect a big decision when it comes to Cam Smith. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he's not garbage, he's not this, he's not that, but I'm also not going to tell you he is, because we haven't seen him. And I think he'll get a chance this year. I think he'll get a chance to compete, and I think that the Miami Dolphins are going to add more veteran corners. Like Omar Kelly said, they love to add the vet corners, because you saw what happened not last year, but the year before with the injuries. Heck, last year we had Jalen Ramsey get injured, so they love to add those vet corners. So we'll see, but I don't think adding Fuller has any ramifications or any justifications on Cam Smith. I think that is a little bit of not necessarily a reach, but I think it's a little bit of assuming too quickly when it comes to Kendall Fuller. That's what I got for you guys today. Contract breakdowns, Teron Armstead being a beautiful human being and just helping the Miami Dolphins out more than he ever could, and talking about Kendall Fuller and Cam Smith. Comment below, let me know what you guys think. I will see you guys in the next one. If news breaks, you will get a video from me, and I will be out tomorrow, so you bet your bottom dollar the Dolphins are probably doing something. But other than that, like usual, stay classy and fins up.